Good morning, sunshines. Happy Thursday. It is February 8th, 2024, almost 9 a.m. London time. I just wanted to share, because we know how much I manifest life, or, whatever you want to call it. I really do live my best life, ultimately. Not to, brag or anything, but just everything I imagine for myself likely comes true. And to be fair, some things don't, but I just don't dwell on those because I trust that they're simply not meant for me. So I let it go. And easier said than done. I repeat to myself, I trust, I have faith, and I have to having trust and faith is a practice, and letting go is a practice, but it's something that I practice. So this morning, I was just reading my Think and Grow Rich plan, which if any of you have read, or I strongly suggest you do read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was the one book that my grandfather recommended to me and everyone that he knew, and he was a successful business entrepreneur. And every successful person that I study who is sort of Tony Robbins, kind of Jim Rohn, this lifestyle type thing, personal development, all that jazz, designing your life, suggest to read Think and Grow Rich. It's an old book, but it has so many nuggets in it. I was going to bring it to London and then I didn't, but not even as a book. I've read it before as a textbook, almost as a little Bible. I have got little sticky notes in it to help me flash back. I haven't read it in a long time because I'm trying to read new books. Although I made a Think and Grow Rich plan probably since 2017, and I've been editing it each year. But I would do it on the computer and I would print it out. So I didn't necessarily see or put two and two together how much I edit my life. Right now I'm looking at this plan and I've been traveling basically for the past year and a half almost. I mean, I have a home now in London, and I was back and forth at home in Vancouver. I wasn't fully gone, bopping around. But basically, so I haven't necessarily had a printer to retype this out and print it out. So I've just been editing it, scrapping it up, sort of crossing things off. I've got a red pen on here, a black pen on here, a blue pen on here, different dates. And I've been getting more and more specific of exactly what I want, and then crossing off old things that are no longer little things. I had, a couple months ago, I decided to, I'm gonna take it back a step here. So if you haven't read the book, it basically suggests and explains that your life is your life. Excuse me. We know that. You are the coder. You are the designer behind your life. You need to design it. And it's emotion and a burning sensation within you, which gives your design fuel to activate, basically, for it to, get rolling. So you need to feel the passion behind it, which helps to visualize as well. And to be very specific, so by the first day of September 2025, I will have in my suggested possession. Now I've realized I have had, the amount that I've listed in my possession, but not really. So I then changed it to be personal bank account, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the intern that is mine to keep and grow, right? Because sometimes it's sort of, money goes quick out of the account. I don't know about you, but my. So I'm specifying that I am keeping and growing it. It's not just being spent. And then in return for this money, so it gave the suggestion I will give, but from my learnings, I'm taking out will. I've taken out will out of all of, this template, basically, and I've just crossed it off. And I don't say it out loud anymore because it should be present tense or past tense. So I give the most efficient service of which I'm capable, rendering the fullest possible quantity and the best possible quality of service and then I've listed off things. But for a while there, and it's completely changed. Before it was probably a personal trainer, a nutritionist, things like that. Then I've tried to just surrender to the divine and seek guidance, and just to make sure that my goals are aligned with my divine path. So for a while there, it was just sort of open, asking for, guidance. And then I got some, and, I had actress, artist, entrepreneur, CEO, athlete, travel blogger, life coach, all of these things. Then quite a few months ago, I tried to take a few off my plate. But I do really identify with all of these things. So I took off actress, I took off CEO, I took off life coach, took off blogger, because I was like, maybe, I can sort of achieve all of my goals within an artist and entrepreneur title, and just less is more. But then lately I've really been missing acting, actually. I love it. Like, I love the practice. It's challenging. So that's fun for me. I enjoy a challenge because I know that I'm growing, and I'm also seeing the benefits. I just led an annual general meeting yesterday. I had zero nervousness. I was completely confident. I feel zero stage fright for walking on stage this opening night for this year, our Vancouver 2024, where, last year I was a little bit nervous. I was very nervous, and the year before I was nervous, and I've always been nervous. But I don't feel any nervousness, and it's such an extraordinary feeling to just have that complete confidence of, yes, I'll write a speech because I want to make sure I say everything, but I don't need to follow it. I don't need to have it up there with me. And acting has helped with that. Anyways, back to the plan. So this plan has been, it gives you a template. I've written it out, and then you basically fill in your description. And as I've been doing this, I've been using this same little sheet that I have since July 3rd, 2022. And one sentence I almost have to clue into what I'm saying is I host MMW, so Master Mindset sessions with companies and schools internationally, or companies and schools. I did that. I've done that. Then I realized, I've done that. Then I added internationally to the end of the sentence. Then I realized I'm doing that. I'm actually lined up. Like, I need to be more specific because right now I'm living in London, right? But I will be teaching in Vancouver in June. It's actually going to be via Zoom, so might be in Korea at the time, or somewhere in Asia. So technically, I've achieved that sentence. I host MMW sessions with companies and schools internationally. I'm doing that. So then I've added on, another day I added on to the end of the sentence, once a month, because I realized, I'm doing that kind of like twice a year, or once a year, twice a year, a couple times a year. I want to do that regularly. I want that to be more of my full-time job, basically. So I added once a month, and then the other day I realized, I'm doing that, but I want to do more workshops, more weekend not webinars, I don't really like that term, but not just sessions of here and there type teaching them how to do it. I want to fully do the program that I've done before where you work through it for 6 to 8 weeks. So I added a new word plus workshops. And the reason why I'm explaining this, and I want to just show you, but it's also kind of personal, and I don't want to fully show a photo of this, but you can see that I have crossed off words. I've added new words, sort of an arrow up here. When I was traveling last year and I realized sort of where I could have my Master Mindset workbook was before, companies and schools, and that's the vision, bookstores. Then I realized sororities could benefit from it. Camps, high schools, the Greek system. I was staying in a hostel, 2022, and I realized those people could benefit from it. So I just got so many ideas from the real world and then added it on, and it's so scrappy. Like it's kind of messy on here because there's not a lot of room to write extra words because it was already written. And as I've been growing, I've realized, I mean, I knew this from the beginning, but I sort of forgot a little bit. Ultimately, everything that I do is for my future family. That's why I've had so much drive my whole life, is because I didn't really know what I wanted. I've never been that young kid who was like, I want to be a lawyer. It was just like, I want to be a mom. I want kids. I want to be creative. I want to travel. I want to be active and, and benefit the world and influence the world and help the world, help everyone around me. But my kids will, my kids will ultimately be the number one thing in my family. So then I thought, okay, well, I can't depend on anyone to give my kids the life that I want to give them. So I better work hard now so that when I have them, I don't have to work. Like I work because I want to, but not because I have to. And I can be home with them and be a mother. So then I started focusing on this career, and I've been loving it, and it's been great. And I've done quite a few things, and I'm progressing to a lot of things, and all is well in the world. But then I realized that my plan didn't even include a family, because I had just focused, sort of narrowed in. So at the end of this plan, I have inspired others to be authentic and live their best life. And then I also explain I use this money to raise my kids lavishly because I want an abundant life, and I don't want to be scraping around. And then I said I'm a loving and supportive wife, right? Because those are two important things to me. So this isn't just about money. It's, yes, money makes life a lot easier, but it's designing your life saying you're doing everything that you love and you're being supported financially. It's not just because you could be a starving artist. It's like, I'm not going to be a starving artist, and I'm not a starving artist, but I'm not going to be in that stereotype type thing. And I also do a ton of things. Anyways, so this morning, that's my flatmate singing my name. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, sunshine.
Morning. How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Such a beautiful day today.
It is stunning. I didn't want to pause it because I have to edit them back together, and what convenience, right? So the point of this is, make your statement if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you better get on it, because I swear to the blessed our God, whatever I write down comes true. Like, I don't know who I am, but I am so powerful. My friends laugh, and they literally give me things to manifest for them. People are like, can you manifest this for me? Because my manifestation power is so strong. And I also think it's to do with my lifestyle. I eat clean, I work out, I think positive. I feel like I don't put in crap in my body and my mind and my spirit and my soul and all of those things. So my power is just strong. So I have to get very specific, because the things that I say are accurate and they're working. But I'm just not specific enough. And then also, don't doubt yourself. Do not for a second think that you have to settle for something. Moving to London, I thought I would have to, kind of settle for like a London flat, like something not so nice, where lived in Yaletown in a beautiful waterfront apartment, manifested my dream apartment, had the best flatmates. Then I wanted my own apartment, because I love people, and I do love being with people, but I do enjoy my own space just because I'm kind of all over the map, and whatever, I enjoy that time. And the world and the universe totally supports me. It basically was like, Sky, don't you for a second think that you have to sacrifice what you want in life. You can have it all. It's going to take some time and it's challenging, and I put work into myself. I do daily. Anyways, I love you. Do your stuff in the morning. My dad used to be like, what are you doing with your life? Like, get up and do something. And it's like, I am doing something. You just can't see it yet. For like a couple of years, obviously. I mean, I'm still always working and going to school and doing all that jazz. But I spent a lot of time in my room writing a book, working on that. And then I try to explain it, but not really, because I'm kind of over-explaining myself. And it's like, I'll just show you what I've done, but I swear I'm doing something. And then I made a book, and he was so proud of me. He was like, wow, my daughter is an author. That's pretty extraordinary at 22 or 23 or whatever, 24, 25, whatever I am. And it's like, okay, it goes to show, even your closest loved ones can't see what you're doing until it's done, because they're not you. Only you know what you're doing. Don't lose faith in yourself. Same for this. Sometimes it's like, oh, I should get up and do more things. But I'm like, this hour that I spend in the morning in bed manifesting and visualizing and journaling is the most powerful hour. That's what designs my life. And it's a bloody good life. I am loving it. There's been challenges for sure, but all in all, if you're going through a hard time, just know that you never don't get through it, right? Like, you have a 100% success rate of getting through whatever you're going through. Visualize your future self. That's what I used to do if it was really challenging. I visualize my future self. I know that she would be thriving, and then I try to bring that version back to the present moment. Now I've grown a bit more, and I'm a little bit more comfortable in the uncomfortable emotions, and I'll sit in those uncomfortable emotions and embrace it, because I know that is just an equal experience in life as all the good emotions, and I want all of that. I want everything life has to offer, even just the heart-wrenching experiences. But that's what makes, it's raining outside right now, and that's what makes me look outside and go, my God, what a beautiful day. Everything is beautiful. Feels like I'm high every day. I literally have to be like, did I take drugs? I don't take drugs. So no, I don't. I'm just high on life. Okay, I love you. Have the best day. Message me if you have any questions or need help designing your life. Mwah.